just squeezing that in. That's vulgar. This is a hell of a diet to run 240 miles. And we're not even running a race at this point. We're just hosting a party.
I began filming the Moab 240 in 2024 and not realizing that it would be a 2-year process on documenting failure, redemption, and really learning how to shape a story along the way.
Yeah, 117 hours to do it, which is, just under 5 days. So I think you have till the morning of the 16th, around 9 a.m. to finish. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't take me that long. That'd be a grind, but yeah.
If it takes that long, it takes that long, eh? I don't think you're stopping yourself on that race, to be honest, unless you actually can't physically.
Yeah, buddy, we're going till the wheels fall off.
My name is Poole. I am the videographer for the Moab 240 film with Nick, and I was also the videographer for the Hawaii film. So this one's going to be a little more interesting than the last one in terms of what I'm in charge of, because I'm also the support crew for this one. I can go to 7 of the 15 aid stations, and so I'll be driving the bus, this big beauty behind us, and meeting Nick and providing him with anything he can need in the bus. Also, he has drop bags, so those are going to be at all of the aid stations, even the ones that I can't get to. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty extreme trip and also a very long trip for me. So I've got lots of food and comfort snacks in the bus ready to go, but this is going to be pretty interesting.
Favorite part about running is just seeing how far your body and legs can take you without any external factors. Like cycling's really cool because you can see like a country or a continent at the speed of a bike, but you can cruise on the downhills, things like that. Whereas running, it's all you. Every step you take is earned, so it gives a pretty cool sense of gratification, but also can take you to some pretty wild places, as we were going to see.
That bit right under your chin for me.
These are our drop bags here, 12 of them for the 12 aid stations that have drop bags. Got things like extra gels, liquids, some blister stuff on the ones where you're going up the big climb and might be colder. We got some extra clothing in here, and yeah. So as you come into an aid station, you give them your bib number and your name, and they grab you this bag, and then you can choose what you want out of it and leave it, and then on you keep going. So got to drop them off here. How were the nights last year? Were you like
pretty cold, yeah. I was definitely wearing a parka, everything I had, long sleeves, gloves. Yeah, I got both nights on the mountains.
Yeah.
So I got to Shea right when it became sundown.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cold on the backside, like Montecito Lake and all that.
Yeah.
And then the other mountain, I was like the whole night I was on that mountain. Yeah. So
awesome,
we'll see.
Yeah. Well,
nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. I see you out there, dude.
Yeah.
Peace.
Now, filming this documentary wasn't exactly my only role. I also was the only crew member. At every aid station, I had to drive the bus and navigate to the aid stations with no service for my phone. I also had to provide aid at the aid stations, whether it was food, nutrition, bandages, things like that. I wasn't exactly sure what I was in for when I had signed up to film this.
How are you feeling? Good. Well, if this falls off at any point, just make sure the white and blue is facing your skin, all right? So this is facing up.
Okay. Feeling good. Just got the spot tracker. We're ready to go now. It's feeling real. It's not as nerve-wracking as some like the swims, I guess, but it's still really nerve-wracking, but exciting. Just, you don't always get the opportunity. You never guaranteed to get the opportunity to do this in the future, so got to make the most of it while you can. And I think it feels more manageable because, like in a swim or something, if something goes wrong, it's so dire, like you have to really figure it out in the water on the fly when you're really in danger. Whereas here, it's like if something goes wrong, it's just like stop, take a breath, figure it out. But yeah, we're ready to go. Let's see what happens till the wheels fall off, maybe.
If I get lost.
If I get lost.
Hurt.
Hurt.
Or die.
Or die.
It's my own damn fault.
It's my own damn fault.
Everybody kind of funnels into a starting point here. It's a lot of nerves and emotions, and everybody is at the start. You don't really know what's going to happen, but over the next however many days it takes, you have 117 hours to complete it, which is just under 5 days. You know something is going to happen, you just don't know what, and it's just basically filling in the blanks. So.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The horn blew and everybody took off running, and it's almost like a deep breath of fresh air. Like all these nerves have been building up to this point for months and months in preparation and getting down here in hotels and flights and sponsors and training and nutrition, make sure everything's going together, and then all of a sudden it's there. And then it really is like simple, the job now. All you have to do is just put one foot in front of the other, keep moving forward. You overcomplicate things a lot of the time, but it really is just make it from aid station to aid station.
Okay, so the race just started and Nick is out on the course. He was right at the very start when I saw. I can track him on my phone when I have service. So I saw that he was cruising along pretty good, and I need to now chill for a little bit. But the first aid station is a non-crew one, which is Hidden Valley, and that's about 8.3 miles away. And then the one that I can go to is called Amasa Back, and that's about 16.75 miles away. So I'm gonna start making my way there. I think it'll take him a little bit to get to that point, so I have plenty of time to get there, but I'm not exactly sure what this bus situation is gonna be like when I'm driving on the trail or if it's a road. I haven't scouted it out, so I'm not exactly sure what this is gonna look like, but this beauty, she's got it.
Oh, you fucker. Not even at the first aid station yet. Saw a drone flying overhead, looked up, tripped, drew some blood already. But then again, I guess it's not a Moab 240 without a little bloodshed, so it's Chris in the course, baby. Yeah. As we got over kind of this crest is really when you start to see the vastness of the Moab wilderness in the backcountry. These huge rock formations and red rock and sand.
Okay, so I just checked in on my phone. I found a little spot with service along the road to Amasa Back. He's just about at the first aid station, which is called Hidden Valley. I'm not able to go to that one. So he's probably like an hour and a bit at least away from Amasa Back. So I'm just gonna chill here. I found a spot that has like 1 bar of service so I can at least like find out where he is. And I'm only maybe a 15-minute drive from the aid station. So that's the plan for right now. I'm just gonna eat a little bit and just try to stay out of the heat, and yeah.
So if you look up there and you see the pavement coming over the ridge, that's where the runner's gonna come down, and then they'll come down through this gate right here.
Holy dude, this canyon's unreal. What a blessing, man. Holy shit. Go, big dog. See you at the next one.
See you at the next one.
Coming into aid station 2.
At the aid stations, it was my responsibility to get the bus there and get everything from the bus that Nick may need while filming everything.
Came in, it was pretty hot. Just got some food, water, getting foot taken care of a bit. Taking a little more time here so we can make up time on the trail. Not have to worry about it.
Got this, brother. See you on the other
Longest
side.
aid station ever, but we're feeling good now. Should be able to go pretty much straight to the next time I see you, so just some pit stops.
I think there's 3 stations in between when we see each other, so
Yeah,
it'll be sometime pretty late, but
maybe tomorrow.
yeah.
I'll see you when I see you. Probably in worse shape, but
I'll be there tracking you.
who's living better? Some of the boys here battling through it, but it's a beautiful spot. Let's go.
Good place to puke.
So I just met up with Nick at the Amasa Back aid station. I'm not going to be able to meet up with him now for probably 50 miles roughly. So it's going to be a bit of a trek for him. There are aid stations in between, so there's 3 aid stations that he can go to. They're just not serviced by crew, so he can use the facilities there. They're, you know, giving food and water and things like that, any kind of medical support that he may need. But in terms of actually seeing me, not until the Indian Creek is where we're going to meet up again. So that's not going to be for quite some time. So I have a little bit of time to kill here, so I'm just eating some food, and I'm just at this like day use area and just kind of taking in the sunset a little bit. But other than that, it's going to be meeting up with him probably pretty late into the night or early into the morning. So I'm going to try and catch a little bit of sleep probably while I'm in this area or back into town. I actually have service here, which is good, so I can track his progress. But he's going to be a little bit until he gets to that point. The scenery is just unbelievable out here. It's just these beautiful red rock cliffs and everything. So yeah, excited to see him, you know, a couple hours. So
It was still kind of the daytime, and we linked up with Andrew Glaze, who's a big ultra runner, and he had a lot of wisdom for me, and we shared some miles together. It was honestly probably some of my favorite times of the whole race, just getting to share miles with him and listen to his stories and listen to his approach on a lot of things. He's a very wise guy, and my miles shared with him were pretty awesome, and we took on kind of a grueling section together. It's called Jacob's Ladder, so I'm glad we didn't have to do that section in the night because it was kind of sketchy, but the miles with Andrew went by really fast, and it was awesome to have some company out there. And then kind of hell broke loose. I was descending down this kind of rocky hill, and I took a step with my right leg, and I had my heel on a rock, and it slipped out from under me, and my whole right knee just hyperextended forward, completely straight, kind of buckled back. And then immediately I could feel the whole back of it tighten up and shooting pain in the middle of the knee. And it was kind of a surreal moment, just thinking like, holy shit, like what have I done? Don't feel tired mentally at all. God, it feels good. This is leg, I can't even straight anymore. I think I got hyperextended it when I slipped off the rock, and it did something to in here and in here. There's just no power, no pressure on it, basically just going with one leg. Kind of using my poles as crutches, so I don't know, man. I gotta try and go to the next aid station. It's just 10K away, but I'm going that like kilometer every half an hour. So. And then I got off and put my bag back on, and I realized that I had this unbelievable, just unbearable itch and like pain on my whole back, on my head, on my legs, everything. And I looked at my bag, and I could just see with my headlamp this shiny, glittery little carbon fiberglass hairs all throughout my whole bag, which were like little needles into every single part, like 1,000 little needles all throughout me. I kid you not, man, this is some of the worst fucking itch I've ever had in my life. That carbon fiber, it's like 1,000,000 hairs inside you. 1,000,000 little spikes. Oh my God, man. It's over every single thing. Like, it's everywhere. All those are in my back and my stomach. Ah, fuck. I got to Oasis about 7 in the morning and I ripped my shirt off, took my bag off. I was down to nothing, my shoes off, nothing except my shorts. I was just sitting there kind of defeated. Like, at that point, I thought my race was done. Only 3 aid stations in, 1 day in. And I just talked to some of the medics there. They gave me some ice. They didn't really know what was going on either. So I sat on this cot and kind of iced it for a minute, tried to let my leg heal just a little bit. And I had a little nap for an hour to just try and take a break and try to reset, trying to think things out. I didn't want to make any rash decisions of stopping or anything like that. I just wanted to take a break and just kind of assess where I was at, see what issues I could combat, and then when I woke up from my nap, just tried to see what I could do.
I'm just entering the Canyonlands, and this is where I'm gonna meet Nick at Indian Creek. It appears like there was a little bit of a mishap at the Oasis aid station. So I was kind of expecting to meet Nick this morning, probably around 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there. And so I was kind of checking it every hour last night, his tracker. I just stayed in town, so I had service. And once he got to the Oasis aid station, I thought he was just maybe there hanging out, like he was having some nutrition, maybe even took a little nap or something. But from what I'm gathering, just by looking at the GPS and everything, it appears like he's gotten turned around very close to the aid stations.
Now, me barely having access to my phone for most of this trip, I had to drive to somewhere that would have service. It appeared like Nick had been turned around, or at least just at that particular aid station for a while, but I later found out that he was injured, and that's why he was stuck in that spot for so long.
So I was also just speaking with another videographer for one of the racers, and his racer, Eli, was neck and neck with Nick the last time I saw them and spoke with them. And he got an update from Eli, I'm assuming, and he messaged me saying like, yeah, apparently it's treacherous out there. It's really rough going. The hot, then the cold, and just all of that combined, a lot of the racers have been dropping out and considering dropping out. So not only is it super tough going terrain, the conditions are also tough from someone who has done it before and been there. So Nick's a warrior, he's grinding it out, but fingers crossed he can find his way.
This race, you're allowed to take 117 hours to complete, but you also have to make certain cutoff times at each aid station in order to keep going. I had made the cutoff time at Oasis, but I now had to leave before 12 p.m. noon to make it to the next aid station. And that aid station, its cutoff wasn't for a long time. It wasn't until, I think, 7 p.m. So I had a long time to get there as long as I left before noon. So me leaving at 11 was good. And I remember like leaving that aid station, I had put on my thermal clothes now because I couldn't wear my shirt, my coat, or my shorts I had originally started with because of those fiberglass fur hairs in there that were just tearing up my back. So now I'm wearing my long sleeve thermal tights and my long sleeve thermal top, which was made for later in the race when it gets really cold at night. And I'm wearing it as a crop top to try and get some airflow in there, just looking like a fool, but I was able to keep moving, and it was kind of emotional leaving there. I thought my race was done.
I left that first section there at like 10:30. Was opening it there like 1 a.m. Got there like 7 a.m. I've been here at this aid station until like it's 11 a.m. now, man, and these guys are sewing me back together. Thought it was over, but we're still going. I don't know how this leg will hold up, but I'm living true to my motto, comfort, breeze, and complacency. And I'm gonna empty the tank, and the only way I'm stopping this is if I time out, if I don't make the cutoff. So let's go, man.
Nick should have been at Indian Creek much earlier than he actually ended up getting there, and I had no way of knowing what time he would actually get there unless I had service. So I waited at the edge of the Canyonlands road where I had 1 bar of service to check basically his tracker to see kind of approximately when he would get there. It kept getting pushed further and further because he was so slowed down because of the injury. I eventually said, well, I'm just going to go to the aid station and I'll wait for when he actually gets there to be able to make sure that I'm there, ready, and make sure I can find the aid station because I haven't actually been there yet. I drive down this long winding road and eventually make it to Indian Creek, and it's a brutally hot day in the dead sun. There is no shade anywhere. The bus doesn't have any air conditioning. I don't know if he's there or not, when he's going to be there. I can't check the tracker. So I just go wait at the aid station and try and find a tiny little tree to get some shade and basically wait for him to run into the aid station.
So hot out here, man. I just got a bloody nose. So dry and hot. Got about a mile left till this next aid station where Kyle is. Dude, I went through this spot. There's no shade at all. 22K, just baked alive in this thermal wear. Oh my gosh, man. Lucky I do heat training. Holy smokes. Yes, sir.
183.
All right.
Yes, sir.
You gotta drop that?
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't feel anything building up in there. If it's not causing you pain, I'm not going to remove that.
Yeah, we got here super hot earlier. Made it around 2 p.m. Got my feet treated, got some food, liquids, and then I came back here, had about an hour and a half sleep, probably like 45 minutes of it actually sleeping, but laid down for a bit. Got everything ready, got my knee brace on now, so hopefully that'll help, but you have to leave this aid station by 7 and it's 6:12, so kind of close now, but I got till 2:30 to make it to the next one, about 14 miles or 20-ish K, so we're gonna see what we can do. Just go until the wheels fall off, I guess.
So as I'm making my way down this road, it's sun setting and I see this drone flying over me, and I was wondering if it was maybe the organizers that had a drone up, or maybe it was some people who were camping around, and then I come over this kind of crest and I see the bus and realize it's Kyle who's filming me, and there's some pretty sweet shots of me going along the sunset on this kind of dirt road. And at this point my knee is, again, it's tightened up quite a bit and it's not really having any force in it, and I'm hurting quite a bit, but I'm still moving. So Kyle took off and he headed down the road this way, and then I took a left and was heading down this way. So at this point I was on actual pavement again for about maybe 5-ish kilometers, and kind of pounding on the legs, and at this point it got dark, so I put my headlamp on and made it down the road, and then you break off onto the trail again.
There we go. Sun's coming up on Sunday. I'm just racing to Bridger Jack, trying to make it there before they cut off. It'll be close, so I'm not sure if I'll make it, but we're going. Dude, this knee is still so short. I can't like straighten it at all. It's like a Terry Fox type of hop. It's like brutal. I can't really get any push off of it, so it's kind of just dragging along. Made it to Bridger Jack in the time limit. My knee is absolutely murked though, so I'm gonna spend some time trying to get it right, but we'll see. I don't know if she'll be able to keep going, but we're gonna try over the next few minutes here.
Okay, so it is the morning of day 3. If I look at the tracker and the projected thing, he made it to Bridger Jack, and he's been there for about 30 minutes based on what I can see on the tracker. So hopefully he's getting some rest and some food and nutrition and things like that, getting topped up on water, so then he can make this 17.9 mile journey to Shea Mountain. Suddenly Nick's tracker turns off, and every possible outcome is going through my mind. Did it malfunction, or is this potentially the end of his race? I go back to Moab so I can have service, and I check in with the finish line to see if they have communication with the aid station that he's at.
Go ahead, Bridger Jack.
Yeah, runner 183 has already left our aid station. He went with some volunteers and is headed back towards Moab now. They left about 30 minutes ago.
Unfortunately, at Bridger Jack, around mile 98, around 158 kilometers in, I got timed out and got DNF'd out of the Moab 240. So it's funny thinking that 100 miles is considered a failure, but I guess when your goal is 240 and you only make it 100, then it's less than half of what your goal is. But I was still really proud at how I had resiliency to come back from the injury and to at least try and do my best. And I told myself that I was not going to quit. The only way I was stopping is if I couldn't make the cutoffs, and that's what happened. So.
I set out to make a film about willpower, perseverance, and taking on one of the most challenging endurance races on the planet. But the story didn't seem finished. It didn't have a conclusion. And I knew that this race left a bad taste in Nick's mouth, especially after the outcome of the Molokai Channel. So in a way, the real story was just beginning.